So this is my Boom Vader BD125-10. It's got a 125cc engine. It's about 4 foot long, weighs about 225 pounds. It's got a very low seat height. And if it looks familiar, well, that's because it's a clone of a Gen 2 Honda Grom, which means this is classified as a mini moto. And probably the biggest question when it comes to these bikes, who are they for? Now, it did rain last night, so the roads are wet, so I got to be a little careful because I'm still rocking the cheap Chinese tires down there, which actually, in truth, haven't been that bad. I don't really trust them compared to, like, a quality name brand tire. But as far as the mini moto goes, there's 3 different types of people that I think these bikes would be, like, just perfect for. And obviously the first group is going to be beginner riders, people that have never ridden before, they want to learn how to ride. And it's for the obvious reasons. These are small bikes, they don't have a ton of power. You can kind of get in trouble with them if you really, really want to. But they're like super duper light, like nothing. And then if you get a little too much throttle, a little too much clutch, it's not going to throw you into the ditch. A bigger bike like a 600 or a 1000cc sport bike, something like that, oh yeah, you're going to have a bad time. It's a pretty upright seating position. The seat isn't, like, super tall. Like, I got a 30-inch inseam, and there's no problem if I wanted to touch the ground right now, which you should never do while you're moving. And the 125cc, the 8-ish or so horsepower, might not seem like a lot, but it actually is a little better than you think. Especially if you're a member of the second group I'm thinking of, and that is shorter-statured people. Ladies, the short kings out there. Because honestly, it has enough power for, like, your basic riding stuff. I mean, we're going downhill a little bit, but she's not exactly a slouch, I can definitely keep up with traffic on this thing. Which makes it perfect for the third group, which is people that have, like, a little short in-town commute. That's kind of what I bought mine for, And if you're like me with, like, a 10-mile in-town commute without having to do any highway speeds or anything like that, then yeah, this little guy might do the trick. Now, I'm still doing fuel mileage tests on mine because these clones are carbureted, and I got an aftermarket 22 carb down there, 22 millimeter, that I'm still working the kinks out of. I think I'm running a little rich, but I'm not sure. So I'm still trying to figure my mileage out. But, this thing holds a gallon of fuel. You can probably run for, gosh, probably get at least 80 miles out of it, 80 to 100, unless you're, like, hammering on the throttle the whole time. But with the upgraded 17-tooth sprocket on my clone, 42 miles an hour, 6,000 RPM, top gear, we're not even struggling. Engine's just kind of in the mid-range, having a great time. But if you don't fit into any of those categories, I can give you another reason to buy one of these things. And that's the fact that they're just a ton of fun. Out of all 3 bikes I have, this one is probably, if I wanted to hop around and goof on, if I only had like an hour or so to ride, then this is the one I'm taking. We're also going to make this right, because I was hoping this car would go up to the stoplight up there. That's up there. But that's the other... Okay, that's going to, like, one of the downsides of these little bikes is you're going to learn which stoplights you trigger and which ones you don't. You're going to figure that out really darn quick. But, man, just for, like, bombing around side streets, goofing off in parking lots, I'm not advising you do that. Do so at your own risk. I'm not held liable, yada, yada, yada. And that's kind of the thing about the mini motos is you can either call them beginner bikes or you can call them enthusiast machines. I kind of like to think of them as like the Mazda Miata of the motorcycle world. Because it's small, it's unassuming, it's cute. There's a ton of aftermarket parts out there, tons of aftermarket support. At least for the Groms. The clones, a lot of the Grom parts fit, but you got to do your research and make sure you get the right ears and the right stuff and all that good stuff. And I know what you're thinking, Lucky Aces, I'm too big for a mini moto. Like, yeah, well, so am I, dude. I'm 6 foot, about 240-ish right now. I'm working on getting a little lower. We're going to see how that goes. And now my clone is modded, but even stock, it moved me around just fine. Like, I didn't feel uncomfortable on it, too. And that's the neat thing. The seating position on this thing is it doesn't feel like a small motorcycle. Until you try to, floor it from a stoplight or go full throttle from a stoplight, then, yeah, you might not be doing a whole lot. Then it'll definitely feel like a small motorcycle. So if you're looking for just a little bike you can learn the basics on, or even just keep around to have fun, you can't go wrong with the mini motos. You're not going to break any land speed records with them, but they get excellent miles per gallon, and honestly, you're going to get really good smiles per gallon, 100%. And if you're worried about looking goofy on these things, don't worry, because everybody looks goofy on these things, but that's not what these bikes are about. Because I guarantee I'm having way more fun than everyone else in these cars today. If you were to ask me what mini moto I'd recommend, I'm of course partial to the Grom clones, but also this isn't my only motorcycle. Because if you're brand new and don't really know a whole lot about like working on bikes, because that's the kicker with the clones. I mean, they run half decent out of the box, but there's a little short list of things that really make them what's the word? I was gonna say reliable, which I guess that is the word. I'm sliding. And if you do get one of these clones, get some decent tires on them ASAP, because these things suck. Which these are great for learning how to work on bikes, because they are small and parts are cheap. But if you just want to turn the key and go without having to worry about much else, then I would probably look at something from either Honda or Kawasaki, you know, because Honda's got the Grom, the Monkey. I think they got, what, the Trail 125, maybe the Cub 125, I don't know what the actual name is. Kawasaki's got the Z125. And of course, with those, you'll get fuel injection as opposed to a carburetor, so it'll be a little less picky, a little more user-friendly. But also, if you're like me, who's ridden for a little bit, for a couple years, and has worked on bikes a little bit, and has a basic idea of how tools work, then personally, I think the Grom clones, particularly my Boom Vader BD125-10, which cost me a whopping $1,400 shipped to the house, that is not an exaggeration. I think these are a better value per dollar compared to like the Honda Grom or something like that. And if you'd like to hear my reasoning why, you can check that video out right here. And as always, y'all be good. See ya.